2019, and on several other dates before now, the members of the Islamic Movement of Nigeria have done and threatened to do acts and preparatory to or in furtherance of terrorism, including destabilization and destroying of public utilities, attack on security personnel such as the Nigerian Police and Civil Defense Corps. This act seriously intimidates the population of Abuja as well as its environs, and also damages or intends to damage the corporate existence of the Federal Republic of Nigeria. Such violent and unlawful assembly is sporadic and leads to the loss of lives and properties. The Nigerian police force appears incapable to tame it as a result of the colossal violence of the members of the Islamic Movement of Nigeria. Hence, the need to direct the Inspector General of Police of the Federal Republic of Nigeria to initiate the proscription of the MIN and or declare the assembly unlawful in Nigeria. The incident of the 22nd day of July 2019 is disheartening, to say the least, especially as it led to the death of a Deputy Commissioner of the Police.
Point of order, Mr. Speaker.
Mr. Speaker, in the light of the challenges that we are faced within the security of this country, not only as portended by the Islamic Movement of Nigeria infraction, I think that it is pertinent that the leadership of this House should invite the security chiefs of this country for them to share their challenges and then equally share in the ways that this House can assist the security architecture of this country in finding lasting solutions to the many security infractions that we have in the country. So
it refers to the federal government, but my amendment is specific to Kaduna State government to obey the court order that had granted bail to the Sheikh, because that would actually guarantee peace. So that's the amendment.
Okay, so honorable colleagues, I remain Francis Ota Agbo. I represent Ado Okpoku Ogbadibo Federal Constituency, Benue State. Mr. Speaker, we are in trouble in this country. This country is on a precipice. And of course, it was against this background that the late Chona Achebe talked about there was a country. And we as the people's parliamentarians, we have a responsibility to make Nigeria a country. And we cannot do this without asking the necessary questions. If we must represent our people, we must ask the necessary questions that ordinary person on the street would ask if you give him or her the opportunity. One of the questions is, what has happened to intelligence gathering in this country? How did the Shiites get free access to Abuja? How did they even gain entrance into the National Assembly? We must ask these questions. And if we don't ask these questions, we will not have any solution to it. I'm saying this because this country has become a killing field. We know that very clearly. But there are people who are saddled with the responsibility of intelligence gathering and in securing this country. What has happened to the billions upon billions that have been voted for intelligence gathering in this country, Mr. Speaker? I want to say that as a House, we should summon the courage to invite the people who are saddled with this responsibility of intelligence gathering, the DSS, the NIA, and what have you, so that they could appear before us, because this is a very serious matter. Now, my colleague talked about proscribing the group, and I agree with them. I agree with him. They do not have the right to kill people in this country. They only have the right to move around, to associate, but the way it is now, if we keep seeing lips on this matter, I tell you, it may even get worse than this. So I want to join my colleague to call for the proscription of this group. And I want to also add that if the judiciary, if the court had actually given a judgment granting bail to the leader of this group, of course, we have to also continue to re-echo that to the executive to actually comply with that judicial pronouncement. Because as a legislature, we are lawmakers, we are not lawbreakers. Thank you, Mr. Speaker, for this opportunity.
I rise under the point, under the order. My names are Honorable Leke Joseph Abejide, member representing the good people of Yagba Federal Constituency. Mr. Speaker, I'm from Kogi State. I rise under order 4, Rule 8, which says, page 43, when a member is speaking, no member may converse aloud or make any noise or disturbance to interrupt him. Mr. Speaker, I believe that this motion is very important and concern every one of us, because this is a matter of life and death. I'm surprised that some of our members don't listen and they are making noise. If you pass through where these people protested yesterday and maybe by accident a stray bullet happened to hit one of our members, what are we going to be saying today? Please, I want us to listen and listen very well to this motion. I so move. Thank you.
Bros, come out.